What's up, my glorious little fruitcakes? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today is officially my birthday. Hence the merging of fruit and cake. However, Mama's job is never done. As you can probably tell, we've got some fashion frame that we need to cover. But before we do, Rob is gonna read you some shit that you probably don't want to read yourself. So let's go ahead and take a look, because DE Megan posted up Wukong Deluxe update 25.5.0.1. And there he is himself, Mr. Wukong Samdi, I believe. He's looking very glorious. I want to say he looks very Leo-esque. It almost looks like a lion-like tail with a lion-like mane. And of course, Leo is a fire sign, so there's all these flames coming up. I'm just putting that out there. It's Leo season, so maybe that's where the inspiration came from. Regardless, as you can see, reborn in flame, Wukong finds enlightenment in the Wukong Samdi collection. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't actually know any of the names as references, but the Wukong Samdi collection is a collection of immortal Wukong items, including Wukong Samdi skin, Meteor Whip skin, and the Subhuti Sayandana. Great name for a Sayandana, terrible looking Sayandana. But I'm really curious, what is the Meteor Whip skin? Is that, well, I know what the Meteor Whip skin is, but what is it referencing? Now, I don't know all of the tales of the west travels to the east. It's one of the directions. I'm not 100% sure. As you can tell, I'm not good on that side of lore, but let me know what the meteor part has to do with anything. Anyway, the Wukong Samdi collection also includes the Wukong Samdi Iron Staff skin that can only be applied to Wukong staff. As you can see it right there in the picture. We've also got a little close-up of the Sayandana. You can already see where I'm not very fond of it. Wield Wukong's awe-inspiring power on your own journey today. I'm journeying to the buffet later, so we'll see how that all plays out. So, general additions, new Wukong Samdi glyph and Wukong Samdi in action glyphs are available under the profile glyph selection for Platinum. Added Rhino's ability videos to his arsenal diorama. Added the ability to view a list of items you own that a Riven fits into. Ooh! This way you can watch what stats you want without having to flip-flop between the arsenal to check. Okay, I feel like this is directed specifically towards me, because you guys know how many Riven reroll videos I do, and I have no effing clue, is this going to be better? Is this going to be worse? And I know that a lot of you guys actually take screenshots of your things to mid-roll, and you're like, Rob, well, which one do I pick? I don't know what to do. So this should help prevent any of that, and you guys can kind of get a little bit of a better idea as to how it's going to work out. Very, very handy. They've done a lot of kind of like little UI upgrades in this one. Continuing with that, we have optimizations, improved handling of corrupt shader caches, and fixed the crash when processing a HUD buff icon, which I'm sure nobody was really interested in me saying out loud, but this is the cool part. Color picker changes. Yes, we have released substantial improvements to the color customization of Warframe. Took a look at it in game myself, and it is kind of beautiful. You can now view your palettes in a redesigned screen that allows for more convenient browsing of your options. The old single column design took a long time to scroll, and the new 2-column cleaner design is much more streamlined. It looks really pretty too. Feel like they've made it a lot smoother. Random color now chooses across multiple palettes, which I know a lot of people have been asking about. Any legacy colors cannot be saved as a favorite. This is to fix a bug that will prevent any and all customization saving. Plus 5 new favorite color slots, added a new drag functionality to the favorites grid so you can move color around, and added focus sound to swatch grid and select sound when toggling favorites. Interesting. We've also got some Revenant Fixes, fixed armored enemies affected by Revenant's Dance Macabre, continuing to take corrosive damage after the armor has gone, resulting in less damage because flesh is stronger to corrosive than armor is. Fixed Revenant's Dance Macabre, doing corrosive damage to infested. Fixed not being able to perform finishers on blinded enemies from Revenant and Thrall that are temporary allies. Night Wave Fix, fixed a previous act being visually marked as complete if the same act was complete in Series 1. These acts were also counting towards the 3 recovered acts, which prevented other eligible recovered acts if you had 3 of these affected recovered acts. That was a whole bunch of the word act, and I'm hoping that the people affected by this are able to go ahead and go back into the old acts now to get them fixed. Regardless, we've got some general changes that are also in play, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys take a look at that yourself, as well as some fixes in addition to all that. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and pulled up the Wukong Deluxe collection, and I have to say, the skin itself is pretty freaking solid. I'm really liking the details that they've done on the stone part of his body. It reminds me a lot of the faceting that they did on the internals of the Atlas Deluxe, and I always really liked those. I love the metallics that they've incorporated in on the leg, definitely on the hair, loving that as well. If you guys are curious about this customization, by the way, it's just my C customization from my previous Wukong Prime video. I haven't changed it at all. But the one thing that I want to point out is I did not put on the Subooty SANDR quite yet, because I want you to embrace this. This just fucking tail flip is absolutely glorious. I love the physics on the tail, and I don't think that I've ever really noticed the tail before, but now it feels like a key feature of this, and I'm kind of loving it. So go get yourself a little bit of tail. Now, one of the interesting things that I find about this is if you take a look at it, it kind of reminds me of another skin, just a little bit, and I'm not saying that it's exactly the same, but the Saren Nidamoda skin, you know how it's got that one kind of like asymmetrical leg spike, and as you can see with the Nidamoda, it does have that kind of like marbling. So, you know, this is actually my favorite Saren skin of the bunch. So I feel like they're kind of like pulling into that. It's not the exact same thing by any means, but I do feel like the inspo was there. In addition, if you take a close look at the like chest armor pieces, like all of these little metallic bits, it's like a Grax skin too. I feel like they're taking all of these mishmashes of Tennogen and saying, if you can't beat them, put it into a deluxe skin. I do like it a lot. Now, let's go ahead and toss on the SANDR. Like I said, I really like the base skin of this, but I'm having a little bit of issues with the Subooty. Alright? So, the reason that I wanted to go ahead and show this to you before I put on the SANDR is because I loved the tail physics on the Wukong Deluxe skin itself. But for some reason, the SANDR doesn't really share as good a physics. And also, when we're just like two tendrils, like a good idea for a SANDR, I feel like this isn't as inspired as the rest of the skin. Like, you know what would have been dope is like some sort of rocky armor piece. You know what I mean? Like, that had maybe some metallics built into it. Just like a back attachment. Like, we didn't need tendrils. Unless this is like somehow linked to his lore, which if it is, I'm very sorry. Like, did the original Wukong have something along these lines? I don't think he did, to be honest. But, you know, just in case he did, I will retract my statement, and maybe it's just a lore-based thing. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the whip skin that comes along with this. As you guys know, with the deluxe skins, all of the skins will work on anything of that type. Now, I have an issue with this as well. Rob's having a very issue-y day. Now, as you can see right here, the stonework on this is not reflecting the stonework on this. As you can see, the stonework on here is a little bit more marbled. The highs and lows are a little bit more defined. There are more kind of like energy veins kind of going through. The only energy veins that are kind of peeking through are like maybe right here and right here. It's not as glossy. As you can see in the reflection, this is very glossy. That's kind of matte. Also, it's not on the same color mapping. So when I went ahead and copied and pasted this over, I had to kind of like retool the color mapping so that the same bits. I hate that Roomba. I have to tell you that right now. It sucks, just like Roomba Wing sucks. In addition to that, all of the kind of like metallic plates that they have on his chest, kind of notice how they're a little bit gritty, a little bit dirty. I don't see the same thing with the whip skin. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, mainly because of the fact that really, like I've stated a million times before, if you're going to release a deluxe collection, the collection needs to be cohesive. And because of the fact that the textures don't line up, I don't feel like it's cohesive. In fact, it's one of those things where it's like so close, but because it's so close, where it's off, it's very obviously off, right? So part of me is kind of like, I'm just gonna use the iron staff anyway. Wait. Here, there it is. Okay, it's not, okay, I was gonna say, for a second, it's not that pretty. What do you mean it's not that pretty? It looks kind of, it looks just like magma. I mean, like, really, what do we expect? It went from this. I mean, that's kind of prettier. I guess. I don't know. It's going to be up to you. This one just looks like a magma stick. Which I'm not 100% against. I guess it's on theme. And look, I feel like it uses, does it use a similar texture? I don't feel like it does. It looks kind of matte too. Anyway, you know what? It's just a stick. Oh, wait, no. Now it's glowing. Now it's glowing. I feel like it's a little bit better now. But yeah. So that's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new features that they've added with the color selection screen. As you can see, do you see how smooth it looks? It looks so very smooth. It's so smooth, and we get two in there. I like it a lot. And then, of course, we have the add removed colors situation that we've got on there. And this is the new favorite screen. One of the things that I've been meaning to ask you guys, because like in the beauty guru world, one of the big things that they do is sometimes they create their own palettes. What if I created a palette out of the colors that we currently have in game and kind of put it out to you guys and let y'all play with it? Would that be something that you would want to see, like fashion-y wise? But we, I guess, did get another row of favorites, and let's try out adding a couple favorites to there. Let's do a little this action, and then now what you can do is hold to rearrange the colors. See, notice that there's a little bit of delay. If you just click on it, it'll automatically do it, but what you can do is kind of like drag it. No, I guess you don't really have to hold it. You just have to like drag it. Make sure you drag it off. Don't just click it, but you gotta drag it and then rearrange it like that. I like that a lot because you can make something that looks kind of like visually appealing if you're trying to do like a favorite selection screen. And everything functionality wise works as normal. Regardless, I think that's about it for me for now. I'm going to go ahead and play around with this, probably watch some of the boys in the background, and I will get back to you as soon as I create something that I feel is beautiful and wonderful that I can go ahead and send your way. Regardless, that about does it for me for now, and don't forget the color codes for this are in the previous Wukong Prime customization video, so check that out. And as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.